Hey there, hey, and thank you for tuning in to this Friday edition of Born to Be a Star. Today is Friday, another day, another opportunity for you to recognize your star power. Are you looking at your reflection in the mirror? Do you see the most amazing, the most creative, the most talented, and most interesting person that I see when I look in the mirror or when I see your reflection? I hope you can see how great and wonderful and amazing you are, how radiant you are, and that you are going to change the world, and we are going to change the world together. Lots going on. We've got a lot to talk about today. Let's not wait any further to get to the mantra of the podcast with yes, you can. Yes, you can decide you want to be brave. Yes, you can decide you want to try something new. In fact, I finally decided to follow suit with my inkling to get a meal prep service, and I just had such a wonderful experience. I was able to conversate with the person that I was introduced to that is the owner of the meal prep service, and I'm really able to hold myself accountable with eating things. I started off with 5 meal preps a week, but honestly, I might move into 10 meal preps a week just so I could have lunch and dinner every day and hold myself accountable with how I'm eating, and not looking at recipes on Pinterest all the time and being unhealthy. But I'll get to that once we get further into the podcast and V-Star. But yes, you can decide that you want to read a book. Yes, you can decide that you want to travel. Yes, you can decide you want to buy a new car. Yes, you can decide you want to move. Maybe you want to get an apartment because you don't want to deal with a mortgage. Or maybe you want a mortgage because you're tired of overpaying for rent. You can decide that you want to get a gym membership or you want to build your own home gym. You can decide you want to switch your nails from dip to gel, or gel to dip, or short to long. You can really honestly decide you want to do anything. I do think that you need to say to yourself as much as you can, yes, I can. Yes, we can. Yes, you can. I think we need to get into the habit of saying yes instead of no and maybe and I don't know. That needs to be something that we change. And not just today, but every day. Following the yes, I can, because you can do anything you put your mind to, is never give up. If you give up, how are you going to get to the best part of the story? You're not going to get to the best part of the story because you're only going to get half of it. You're not going to see the serendipity or the happily ever after or the person surviving from something that could have been detrimental, or me getting through a very, very, very horrible situation and coming into the light. Whatever the situation may be, don't give up on yourself or anybody else. Be the person that people can rely on. And don't give up. It's so easy for us to fall into depression or feel like we can't do anything or feel like we're stuck. But we're never that stuck that we can't pick ourselves back up and say that I can control this. We aren't that person. So be brave and be better. Following the never give up and the yes you can is why not today. So I'm limiting my procrastination and my indecisiveness because I can't stand it and it's turning into a pet peeve to me. Instead of me thinking about things over and over and over again and trying to decipher what I'm doing, like all week I've been deciding what I want to do with my nails, because the person I was going to did a horrible job and I spent a lot of money on it and I'm still aggravated about it. But okay. So I've been thinking, and I'm going to go to this new nail shop, and do I want to get them cut like really lower, or what do I want to do with them? That's really been my mindset all week. But today I just stopped thinking about it because I'm going Saturday and I'm going to get them fixed to what I want. Why not today? Why keep procrastinating and why keep putting things on a back burner? If you need to get the dishwasher fixed, call somebody. If you need to get your car looked at, go to a mechanic. If you're sick, you probably should go to a walk-in clinic. If your brother texted you, you should probably text him back. These are things you should be doing. And you shouldn't think about doing them. Instead, you should want to do them. I can only encourage you and try to inspire you to not put things on the back burner, because I am a procrastinator, because I'm extremely indecisive, and I'm trying to stop that because I can't make decisions, and I'm asking everybody else to make the decision I need to make for myself for me. And I'm not a little girl and I'm not a child, so I have to do it myself. That's why I am trying to stop being indecisive, because I can't make my mind up about anything. It's just really, really sad. And other people might be going through this as well. Indecisiveness and procrastination is not the answer. Do those things you need to do. If you need to wash the clothes, go wash the clothes. If you need to clean the kitchen, go clean the kitchen. If you need to resort through some things in your house, do that. Don't let things pile up. Don't turn into a hoarder. Take your time and go through the things you need to do. It's important. Moving on for the mantra of the Friday, let's get into some of this news or headlines with no media allowed, no media allowed, no media allowed. They lie to us anyway. Oh boy, are they lying. So, in other news, Hunter Biden's lawyers decided it was a good idea to do things really illegal and contact the whistleblowers to try to get their testimony reneged or something. Not only that, they didn't have a like written out case. They went to the judge and they expected her not to read anything or do her job or her due diligence as a lawyer. As a judge. But she did. She read through the documents and she figured out what they were doing. Now, remember, I called this a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I don't know when it was, when I told you that I don't think he's going to get away with this. There's no way I think he's going to be able to do it. Unfortunately, Hunter Biden has done so many things. He can't sugarcoat it or fix it. And we shouldn't be surprised about that. We shouldn't be surprised about anything, honestly. I know we're always thinking these people aren't going to get away with it, but I don't think they can hide this stuff anymore. Sure, Corinne Jean Pierre or whatever her weird name is, that name is so horrible. God, it's so bad. But I guess I think she's worse than Red Witch. Um, there's problems here where Florida is claiming that somebody that changed the wording for classes is racist. Um, there's a lot of problems here. But back to Hunter, outside of the fact that there's another bunch of morons in Florida. Did he really think he was going to get away with that? And does Biden think that that's the end of that? Because I'm here to tell you that it's not. I'm here to tell you that they've got a big problem. And the big problem is the big man, Joe Biden. You know why that's the big problem? Because these things that have been done, the corruption, it's something that can't be undone. It's clear why these relationships were connected and built. They wanted money, because how on God's green earth did they get all the things that they have working on a government salary? Because those people aren't supposed to make that much money. And they're not the only ones. Look at the corrupted Nancy Pelosi and her husband with insider trading. Look at all of them. Look at AOC. Clearly she's getting paid off by people in every way under the sun. Remember when Amazon was supposed to go to New York and she told them no? Well, they went to Connecticut, so you're a fucking idiot. I'm just saying. These people that they allow power in the Senate and in the House are idiots. Many of them are too old to be representing anyone in any body at any place. There needs to be term limits. And others are not intelligent enough to read a book to a 2-year-old, let alone themselves. They can't understand basic vocabulary or math or really anything. And I don't know how any of them got through undergraduate, graduate, meaning like a master's program or law school. Because the majority of these people are lawyers, right? Right? They went to law school. They went to prestigious institutions and they're bright. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them. Taking what I just said into consideration, you would expect, right, that these people would be courteous enough not to continue to raise the interest rates on us with Jerome Powell while telling us we need to get rid of gas stoves and we can't drive gas vehicles even though there's not enough charging stations for everybody to have an electric car. They're lying to us about the grid, and they're also lying to us about the idea that we could have our own oil in America, right? There was pipelines. Why did we turn them off? Burn, baby, burn, like Trump says is right. Let's get everything brewing and let's make our own oil. Why are we talking to all these other countries for things we have here? And why are people talking about Martians and aliens and outer space? I mean, I already thought that that stuff existed when X-Files was on. And when was that on? Like 20 or 30 years ago? I don't know. Something like that. It is likely that all of this is a distraction. So no one's talking about Biden. Today, they re-indicted Trump 3 more times about the documentation from Mar-a-Lago. Why aren't we indicting Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton or uh, the prior um, vice president or Biden or any of them? It cannot be both ways. It can't be every time something happens to Biden, you bring up Trump. Trump can't continue to be the scapegoat for the Democratic Party. They are lying. They're taking the money from the American people and they're making everybody's life worse. Everything costs more than it's supposed to cost. And nobody wants to talk about anything because people feel like, I don't want to talk about politics. And when someone says that to me, that tells me they don't care about what's actually happening. I don't like overpaying for things. I don't like feeling like I'm getting cheated. And that's exactly what they make me feel like every day. I just can't help feeling like, what could possibly be next here? This is a corrupted government to the highest flight. It is likely that fake book helped the FBI turn off the ability for Americans to have a voice. Just like Twitter. There's Twitter docs, there's fake book docs, there's docs everywhere. There's probably Instagram docs, and who knows what else, right? There is seriously a problem. And I don't know about you, but I gotta tell you, it's not okay. And we need to spend more time calling these cowards out and telling the truth about what they're doing. They are criminalizing freedom of speech and your ability to talk about what's actually happening here. We've been sold out. It didn't just happen. They spend way too much money on wars and other countries and stupid shit. Why did we leave billions of dollars of weaponry in Afghanistan? And why did we allow those people to come here in the middle of the night and make all these weird deals? Why are we so hell bent on conquering countries that should not be conquered by the United States of America. And I'm sorry, but the UK doesn't have any good ideas on green anything. Neither does a lot of different countries and a lot of other areas around the world. I think China said it correctly. They will decide when they want to do something, and America will have nothing to do with it. Step back. You are no longer the leader. You are the loser. And I live here and I'm saying that because this is Gotham City. It is a nightmare. A fucking nightmare. Everything costs more money, and there's insane people running around that should be in Arkham Asylum with something wrapped around their arms to keep them from injecting fentanyl into their body, and oxycodone, and any other drug you could think of that's not good. There's addicts on the street. There's thieves in the night. And these people don't care about your life because they don't care about their life. There's black on black crime, white on white crime, crime on crime, and there's no one coming to save anybody. This is America. It is a nightmare. It's scary. It's heartless. It's got no heartbeat. It's dead. They have alleviated the idea of feeling and compassion and love and honor and seriousness and holding people accountable and responsible. If you're having unprotected sex and the person gets pregnant, you shouldn't be able to have an abortion to get away from your responsibility. Maybe you should have figured out how to have sex correctly. I don't want to hear excuses about people and their feelings, about their gayness or any of that crap either. We need to be honest with each other because we're in very dangerous territory here. They are indoctrinating children by the dozens and the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, into thinking that they're trans and they don't even know what the hell it means. And they are going to chop off their body parts and become a eunuch and not be able to create more humans. There's a problem with the amount of people not having babies that nobody wants to talk about. And it's not just in America, it's in China too. Remember all that 2-kid only thing that they were doing? Well, I think America has spent so much time telling women they can have abortions, they've really got a problem. Outside of that, I did create things I wanted to talk about on No Media Allowed today. Clearly, they're lying. Clearly. The truth isn't something they want to tell you. There's no aliens, man. That's a distraction. There is a clear disconnection between these people and anybody else. I do not want to be punished because I want to live a nice life. I don't want to be punished because I'm educated. I don't want to be punished because I work hard. And I definitely don't want to be punished because I have common sense. I said it to my husband the other day. I'm just gray like everybody else. No one's more important than anybody. The only reason they're trying to disconnect us is because if they know if we come together, they can't stop us. And I don't mean that we're going to act in a violent way. I don't mean that they can betray us. Like every time we fight for something we believe in, they can blame it on January 6th. I'm not saying that, especially after they did the Black Lives Matter, George Floyd protest stuff that they did, where they ripped cities apart. They, uh, you know, broke down black-owned businesses, and they really deteriorated a lot of things. They did. But here's what I can tell you. There's going to be a reckoning here because people are going to get tired of overspending for simple things like milk and eggs. They're going to get tired of looking at the price of cars and trying to figure out how long their old car is going to keep going because they're going to need a new one. It's going to cost more to fix that car, and it's probably better for you to buy a new one. They are on thin ice because they're losing black votes. They're losing a lot of minority votes. And the only way that they think they can contain their power is by allowing drug cartels to do their illegal actions by bringing fentanyl over here that they get from China, and then saying that they're not going to disconnect their relationships with China. It's bullshit. It's just another Friday, and who knows what's going to happen today. But I can tell you this: Hunter has no deal, and he is out. I will be very excited to see him get arrested with handcuffs, and they should indict him since he actually did commit crimes. The idea that they wanted to talk about Trump yesterday is pathetic, and I don't care. And you shouldn't care either. Be wise, listeners. Regardless of what country you live in, you need to pay attention to politicians, and you need to pay attention to the government where you live, because that is a part of your daily life. That is a combination of how you get to live your life. Are you actually free? Or did you take that blue pill and you think you're living a life that you're not actually living? I took the red pill. Red's my favorite color anyway, so I'm just going to go with that. Especially because I love Matrix and I've seen it I don't know how many times over and over and over again, because I just think that the connection between that movie series and reality is like that is reality. But it's not Mr. Smith. That's a cover. We can see who they are. They don't all look the same. They're all different. They're all different ages. They live in different parts of everywhere in the world, and they're not hiding behind sunglasses. In fact, they don't have sunglasses on. They're doing these things in front of our faces. The way you wake up from the Matrix is by taking the robot out of your arm and put your phone down. Look around. Recognize things are not going well. Remember that story in France with those people acting insane, protesting about that teenager that got killed in that car? That story died off, didn't it? I wonder why. Start asking yourself serious questions. How much is dinner in a movie going to cost? Something to think about. Anyways, let's get to the tea of the day. Today is Friday, and the tea that I am drinking is Mint Majesty, because it's my favorite tea, and I'm getting a venti from Starbucks. Why not? The tea of the day is don't let yourself down, and don't let fear win. It's hard to tell yourself that you can be brave. It's hard to tell yourself that you can get through it. And it's definitely even harder to tell yourself that you're going to be okay. You're going to recover from a bad situation or a horrible experience, and you're going to forget people that you shouldn't remember, and you're going to move forward in your endeavors, because you are. But sometimes it's difficult to move forward. The best way you can move forward is by not looking behind. It's not checking the rearview mirror to see what's in the further past. It's looking before yourself, ahead of yourself. Where are you going next? What are you doing next? Don't let yourself down here. Be strong. Tell yourself in every way that you are going to do it and be successful in it. Life can give you a bowl of lemons, so make some lemonade. I love when people tell me that they're depressed, and I start asking them questions about depression. Now, see, my example about depression is connected to my last job, where I could tell you about a manager telling me how I could wear my hair, rudely commenting on my clothes, and a bunch of other discriminatory things as well said to me as a woman, right? An educated woman at that. Things that I wouldn't say to people I don't like. So clearly they didn't like me. But that could be a reason someone would have low self-esteem or bad feelings about themselves. Unfortunately, I'm not the person that has low self-esteem, because I love myself and I know my value and I love my worth, and I won't let anybody try to demean that. I like to allow people to say whatever they want. That's the free world. Say whatever you want. You know, if you're going to have a negative feeling toward me or something, that's fine. Get in line. But I can tell you, I don't take shit, I don't eat shit, and I'm not that person. If you're not going to respect me, then bye is my response. I don't have time for that, and I'm not dealing with it. And no one should. So you can't be fearful, you can't be scared, and you can't second guess yourself. And you have to do what you have to do for your own self, for your own consciousness, and for your own survival. It is a rough world out here. People are not nice. People are typically doing something to see what they can get from you. Be aware of that all the time. Why does that person want to do whatever? What is going on? Like, be aware of that. That's all I'm saying. It is important that you are aware of it. It's also important that you don't get caught up. If you are going to be the star that you are, and if you're going to radiate your light and you're going to change things, you're going to have to be fearless. That's just the first step to this. You're going to have to be overconfident, and you're going to have to be relentless. You're going to have to be unapologetic, and you are going to have to be contagious. You need to be the thing that people see and they say, damn, I want to be her. Damn, I want to be him. Damn, I can't wait to fall. I can't wait to be like that person. Mommy, I want to be her when I grow up. That's who you are. That reflection in your mirror is just a reflection of that. That powerful being. Your star power is there. So the tea of the day is, don't let fear win. Fight for yourself, because no one else is going to fight for you. Moving on from the tea, and it is very good. Lurp, lurp. Writing a book. So I've been trying to write a book for like forever, and I still haven't done it yet. And now I can't even get into my laptop. And I started writing like 3 books, and I don't know how I'm going to get to any of them, but I saved them. So hopefully when I get another laptop, it's going to have to be Apple. I can find the books that I wrote. Oh my God. Like, writing a book is like serious, man. Like, I wanted to get a publisher to figure out how to do everything that goes into writing a book. But then somebody told me to just put the book on Amazon. So I was considering that. We'll see what happens. I have to get the book completed and like printed and all that stuff. And I don't even know how to do any of that. But the reason I haven't been working on it is, one, I can't get in my computer, and two, like, I really need to make time and I need to invest myself into completing those things that I started. And I'm going to at some point. I also kind of want to do maybe some sort of comic book as well, and maybe like a book on nutrition and dieting and how to feel comfortable about weight loss or weight gain, or where are you on your journey, something positive like that. I'd like to create something like that, but I really got to spend the time and the effort to get to that, and so I will. Moving into the next part of our conversation. Having a gym membership is essential, especially if you want to be healthy. I love when people say, I don't have time for that, or I want to get into working out, but I don't know when I'm going to do it, or any of that. Now, I will admit there's times where I go to the gym like 5 days a week, and there's times where I'll go to the gym like 2 days a week, depending on how tired I am from work or something, or like if it fits into the schedule or not. That's why I got a membership to Anytime Fitness, because I wanted to be able to choose that. I wanted to be able to decide when I was going to go to the gym whenever I want to. Do I want to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning because I woke up early on a Saturday and go work out for an hour or two? Maybe. Do I want to go late at night after I go to the gas station? Maybe. Do I want to go before I go grocery shopping? Maybe. I wanted the flexibility of it. And I also want to hold myself accountable for my weight loss. I'm responsible for my body, for my health, for me not getting diabetes, and for me not getting a heart problem or anything else, right? I don't want bad things to happen to my blood pressure, and I don't want to be that obese, overweight person that's miserable, right? I don't want that to be another element for me. Now that polycystic ovary syndrome is gone and isn't here anymore, I do want to move into focusing on weight loss, because that's not an element that's going to stop me from losing weight anymore. For I can't tell you how many years I've been sitting here like every time I try to lose weight, it doesn't come off. Insulin resistance. I almost convinced myself I needed to spend like $100 something a month on Golo. Like, I don't know if I want to be addicted to pills, but I can tell you that working out at a gym is an essential part of my day, my week, and my healthy journey. And maybe you should consider making that a healthy part of your journey as well. Just a thought. Reusable water bottles are better than actual water bottles. And I don't know why people use plastic water bottles. It drives me insane. But I'm not going to say anything. I have a reusable water bottle, and I fill my water bottle up with water. Why can't everybody just do that? Buying a new kitchen table. I don't even know where to begin, and I don't even know what size or shape. If I was looking at one, we have one, and we're just probably just going to keep that forever, because I don't have any idea what we would replace it with. So that's a great question, and I don't even really know how to go into figuring that part out. But that is something that maybe I should consider. Like, do I want the same big, large kitchen table, or do I want something more lightweight and easier to look at? That's a great question. I might have to consider that. That's going to go on the front burner of things for me to do when I redecorate the apartment at some point. Should the dining room be separate from the kitchen? 100%. I know everybody likes this whole open concept situation, but if it's a house, I want a dining room. I want the rooms to be separated. I'm sorry. I like open concept too, but I was looking at this house, and like the living room is open to the kitchen, and the kitchen's in like the corner, so it's like one of those mini kitchens, and I don't like that, right? I want a full kitchen with like a counter, and I want like spots for me to chop up things. Granted, I don't make meal preps for lunch anymore, but I do want to cook dinners from time to time with my husband, and I want to have that availability and space to do that in the kitchen. Now, I do think that there has to be separation just to give me peace of mind. It cannot all just be together. Like, in some ways, open concept is great, but in other ways, it's not. There has to be a dining room. I'm sorry, I can't deal with it. There has to be a door or an open breezeway or a separated room where you can tell that that is the dining room. It has to exist. Because if it doesn't exist, I'm going to go insane. Like, I don't even want to look at a property if I can't tell the difference between the dining room and the living room. I need to know that that is the dining room. That's just me. I'm just saying. That's my proof. There has to be separation. And I know you might be thinking, why? What's wrong with the open concept? Don't you want your dining room not to feel like it's like smudged in like a corner? Don't you want the space that you want? Am I the only one thinking that? I cannot be the only one that's thinking things should be separated. And I know I'm not. So I'm just going to say it. And you can have whatever opinion you want. But I think that these rooms need to be separated. Just for peace of mind. Also, moving into the next part of the conversation, watching things. The death of business. Is that a show or a movie? I don't know, but we're going to find out. Um, looks like that's something that's on Amazon, and it's not Death of Business, it's called something else. Anyways, moving on from there. Ted Lasso. I still haven't watched it, but I need to. Don't kill me. I'm going to seriously get to it, but I don't know when. I've just been busy with new things going on in my life. Like the new opportunity that I received is really taking the helm of everything right now. I'm trying to really seriously focus on that and get everything underway with that. Books before movies. Do you think that you should read book series before you watch movies? Because I didn't do that with Twilight. Like, I read the first book. Okay, I did read the first and second book before I saw the movie, but I was obsessed with those books, and I thought they were done so brilliantly. I loved the Twilight saga and the Twilight series, and I loved every book, including the last one, but the last one was super duper long, but I did read it. I think for some movies, especially like science fiction or you know, vampire-esque type things, you need to read the book first. And other for like action movies or something, or like maybe James Bond, I don't know if you necessarily need to read the book for that. I would say read the book. I am a book person, so of course I'm going to tell you to read a book. I'm just going to do that. I can't help it. Books are important, and I think they should be important to everybody. So read the book before you watch the movie, if you got time. But if you don't have time, just read the front of the book before you watch the movie. Like, find the example of the book somewhere and read the front of it. That way, you could tell what the movie is, and you don't have to worry about anything. Moving on from that, underrated, underrated looks good. Platonic invasion for all mankind. Still, slow horses. I don't know when that's coming back. Is that coming back? I hope it's coming back. Truth be told, I still haven't watched that either. And High Desert, that does look like something very interesting that I'd like to get into, actually. Moving into food. So I started my meal plan that I'm going to be getting every week, and I will tell you the name of the place that I'm getting the meal plan from. The meal prep from, not plan. So someone at my job, I saw her eating lunch, right? And I was like, hey, what's that? And she's like, my cousin does meal prep. And I'm like, sold. She explained, like, you know, the type of things you get every week. And it looked so good and so healthy. I was like, I got to get it too. So the name of it is Mighty Power Fuel Meals. And I'm so excited. It's a very simple process. You place your orders every week. So I'm probably going to be doing mine on Thursday nights or Friday mornings, because you got to place the order by Friday at 12. You pick up the delivery, or you can have it delivered to you. I'm pretty much just going to be picking it up because that's more convenient. Then you're all set for the week. Now you can get like 5 meal preps or 1 to 9, and if you get 1 to 9, it's $11 a piece. If you get 10, it's $90 for 10. That's bulk. Now, I don't know if I'd want to spend $90 a week, maybe, but I don't know about that. Honestly, this is an opportunity for me to have healthy food that's portioned out, and I don't have to worry about cooking it or guessing it. And I really don't have time to meal prep off Sunday. I have other things that I have to do, and I can't be dominating my time to that. So I'm not going to. I don't feel bad about giving up meal prep Sunday, because I want my Sunday to be my rest day, because I got to go back to work on Monday. So, like, Come on, man. Give a girl a break. I'm just excited about it getting me back on that healthy regimen where I'm eating a meal prep every week. And I was considering Factor, but Factor is like $70 a week, and this is not that. So I'm going with this route because it's definitely cheaper. It's $11 a meal. And it also puts the mindset in me that I don't need to be ordering out and doing things that I don't need to do. I spent so much money working in the environment I worked in at my last situation every day. It was like $15 a day, and I was just thinking like that's normal. That's not normal. I'm not wasting money on food. I want to eat healthy, and I want everything to be prioritized, and I like everything being done right. You know how I feel about having everything in line. Like, I have OCD. If I have OCD about the closet, bro, then you can guess how I feel about other things too. It's just important. It's just important to have simplicity. So I'm excited about venturing into this. I also want to figure out like shakes. Like, is there a service where I could order like pre-made like protein shakes every week? Or do I just tone it up and mix it myself? I don't know if I really want to mix it myself because I don't really want to spend time doing that. So I'm looking for simplicity, and if I have to pay for that, then I guess I will. I was considering doing my own juices, but I still have to figure out a juicer for that. Outside of that, I'll be trying anything new this week. I had sushi the other day. It was very good. I found this place next to the new nail salon I go into that has unlimited sushi for $20, and that to me sounds like a dream come true. Like, sign me up all day long. Outside of me being excited about sushi and things I probably shouldn't be eating, I'm definitely trying to drink less soda, and that's definitely an experience. I bought teas to drink all week for work, and I really liked having that option better than just not having that option, if that makes sense. It's just difficult. It's difficult with food sometimes. I think I need to get better at breakfast too, because sometimes I have breakfast and sometimes I don't have breakfast. And then I might like, obviously sweets is not a good thing, but I really need to get in a regimen of eating healthy things like daily. I was talking about reusable water bottles earlier. I can't stand the idea of plastic water bottles, and I don't think you should be able to as well. I'm tempted to like make a pasta sauce, but now that I have meal preps, I don't need to do anything. I don't even know what to do with myself. I kind of want to make like a Sunday sauce for dinner on Sunday, but I don't know if Skip's gonna eat it. But I was considering trying it, maybe some shrimp. I don't know what we're gonna have to eat tomorrow for the weekend, or even what we're gonna have for dinner tonight, but it's definitely gonna be something good, and it's definitely gonna be something healthy. Do you guys think I should stick with my 5 meals a week, or should I revert to 10 meals so then I don't have to cook dinner either for an entire week? So I'm getting lunch and dinner every day for a week. What do you think? I'm gonna ask Skip what he thinks. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your weekend and you try new things to eat too. I was considering making a big batch of tuna salad, but Skip hates tuna fish, so I don't know. It's up to you to decide you want to be healthy. I'm not saying you have to take diet pills. I'm not saying that you have to take laxatives. I'm not saying that you have to take on an eating disorder to lose weight. But if you want to be healthy, if you want to be energetic, if you want to have a blood pressure free existence and you don't want diabetes, then you need to eat healthy and you need to work out and you need to have a regimen. I found mine, so you can find yours too. Drink your water, eat your healthy portions, and understand what's at stake, your life. Like, do you want to be able to chase your kids around? Do you want to be able to see your child go to college? Do you want to see your children get married? Don't you want all that? Not even that. Don't you want to go to college and not be tired walking to your classes? Don't you want to not have to park in the closest parking spot in a parking lot? Don't you want to be active? Don't you want to have energy? Don't you want all those things? Don't you want to be healthy? Don't you want to go to the doctor and the doctor's like, nothing's wrong with you? Don't you want that? I know I want that. Anyways, that, my friends, is the end of this Friday pod. Thank you for tuning in to Born to Be a Star. And I will see you same place, same time on Monday. Have an amazing weekend. I am going to be waking up tomorrow to go get my nails done. And I have no idea what I'm getting, but they're going to figure it out. This whole dip situation was a waste of time. And I'm very mad at myself. And now I got to figure out how to sell all that dip crap I bought. So this is definitely going to be fun. Anyways, I will talk to you later on Monday. Have an amazing weekend. Don't forget your star wherever you are. Use your star power to lighten up a room and lighten up the world. In the darkness, I can see you because you are the light. And I can tell you that we are going to light up not just this universe, but the biggest universes of the biggest universes. Not just this world, but all of them. Because we are the light and we are the power. And I can't see in the darkness without you. So I will see you on Monday. Bye.